Act like an angel and dress like crazy.
Oh, the girls are calling, calling. Oh, the girls are calling, calling. Oh, the girls are calling, calling. Oh, the girly girls.
Okay, everybody walk to the baseline up. Don't waste your time on talking. Please don't play my song. Focus on the way I'm walking. You can't get enough.
Everybody, it's Relax, back for another tutorial video. I'm finally out of nursing school for this semester, so I have some free time on my hands. So I'm gonna make a few tutorials, and this is gonna be a series on my channel. This shows my updating editing style, which is completely different from this time last year. So if you wanna know how to make videos like me, keep on watching. So I'm gonna go into ALIGHT Motion and get the edit started. For this series, ALIGHT Motion is going to be the main editing app. I know we're setting up in CapCut and everything, but the app that we're going to be using to do all of the cool stuff is going to be in ALIGHT Motion. So if you want to edit your videos, just like the video I showed you in the very beginning, follow along. I'm going to show you step by step how to do all of that in ALIGHT Motion. We're going to start off by clicking the green plus button in the bottom center. It's going to pull up the create menu, and then you're going to have the different aspects of your project. There's going to be the aspect ratio. We're going to keep it as what it is, and we're going to change the resolution to 720. Leave the frame rate and then change the background to black if it's a different color. So once we have all of that done, we're going to click the create from scratch button, and it's going to bring up the menu in ALIGHT Motion with the new project. In the bottom right of the screen, you're going to have a green plus button with a green circle around it. Whenever you click that, that's going to bring up your primary menu. It's going to show up your shapes. The media section is going to be what we're going to be using to import our photos and videos. The object and element is where you can add a null layer, or you can add a camera. And we will be using the camera today. However, the camera is a pro feature, so I will be showing you ways to work around that if you don't have pro. But starting out, we're going to import our background photo. So to do that, I'm going to click on my Pinterest folder. You can probably find it in your recents, but I have a bunch that's already saved. So I'm going to go through my Pinterest folder to find a background photo that I want to use for this dance video. And this is honestly all in real time. I'm just doing a voiceover over it. So this is going to be the video the picture that I'm going to use for the video. So we're going to import that into the project. Once we have that into the project, we're going to scale it out so that it fits the canvas of the video, and it is just placed where I want. You can use the dots along the photo to size it out. You can use your fingers to move the photo around, or you can click the move and transform button in the bottom left. And then that first button that pops up, you can swipe here to move layer, to move the layer more accurately. Now I'm satisfied with the background photo and I have it where I want it to be. So going forward, I'm going to start out with adding effects to the background. And this is going to be this primary goal of this video, to get your background effects to look like mine. So when you select the photo, the menu comes up and there's a button right next to the left of the effects button that says presets. We're going to click that, and that's going to bring up my preset menu with all of my presets, which are basically just a bunch of effects that are saved together so that whenever I do a new project, I can just select the preset of those effects and it automatically applies them to the video or photo without me having to add each and every effect one by one each and every time I make a new project. For today's video, I'm going to show you exactly how to get your background to look like mine. I'm going to show you exactly all of the effects that you need to use and the values that you need to have on each and every effect. All of these values are the exact values that I use in my video edits. If you want to, you can tweak them, to your liking to make them look a bit different, or you can use the same exact values that I give you. It really doesn't matter to me. So when you have that first layer selected, there's a button in the bottom right that says effects, and we're going to click that. That's going to bring up another menu. It's going to be empty at the moment, but it's just going to say add effects. We're going to click that button, and that's going to bring us to a effect menu. These are all the effects in ALIGHT Motion, and you would be able to click through all the menus and find them if you wanted to, but we're not going to do that. In the top right, there's a search button, and we're going to utilize that to find every effect for this video. So we're going to click the search bar and type in for the first effect, glow scan, and it's going to pop up. When that pops up, you're going to click on that and click standard settings. It's going to import that effect onto the background photo. Now follow along, I'm going to give you all the values for each exact aspect of this effect. The threshold is going to be 0.77, the radius is going to be 0.12, the feather rate is going to be 3.65, the smoothing we're going to leave at 0, the blending we're going to put at 96%, and we're going to put the fill at 88%, and the alpha is going to go down to 24%. So the next effect we're going to add on is going to be raise. So it's going to search that in the effects menu again, and then click that and add as standard settings. We're going to adjust the length to 0.18. The intensity is going to be put to 0.55. The threshold, we're going to put that at 0.22. We're going to leave the colors the same and then put the blend at 41% and leave the quality at 150. Now after this, it only adds raise to your photo, so you want to add some movement. So to do this, you want to go to where it says center at the top. We're going to add keyframes, and then every 5 seconds into the video, I'm going to adjust the keyframes so that they move from side to side so that there is some light movement in the background of the video. So I'm going to do that all the way down until I get to the 20-second mark. And on to the next effect. The next effect we're going to add is called Simple Star Field, and it's going to add stars to the background of your video. We'll come back to the positioning keyframes later, but we're going to set the scale to 0.22. Set the size to 0.090. And then we're going to put the feathering at 9.8. Leave the color the same, and bring the amount of the stars down to about 17. So just like earlier with the rays, the stars, they won't move on their own, so you will have to add keyframes to get the movement out of them. So what I'm going to be doing here is every 5 seconds, just like the rays, I'm going to add a keyframe and move the stars into a different position using the positioning buttons on the menu. I'm going to do that all the way down through the 20 seconds of the entire clip, and then that's going to give the stars some movement throughout the background of the video. And this here is just the process of me adding graphs to the keyframes that I used for the Simple Starfield effect. You don't have to do this, it just helps with transitioning the keyframes into each other. They help with smoother movement and stuff like that. Okay, and the next effect we're going to add to the list is going to be Auto Shake. We're going to search that and then add it with standard settings. And as you can see, Auto Shake basically moves the background video so that it looks like it's shaking. So we're gonna edit some of the values. The magnitude's gonna be 4, and then the frequency, we're gonna put that at 0.96, and then leave everything the same. The next effect we're gonna use is called brightness/contrast, and it's a very simple effect, and we're just gonna put the brightness at a -3, and then the contrast at -8, and you're done with that. Then we're gonna add another effect called highlights and shadows. And for this effect, we're gonna put the highlight at 100 and bring the shadows down to 90%. And that's that for that effect. And up next, I'm going to add the Gaussian blur effect, and we're gonna just leave it at that 150 or 0.150. And we're gonna go down to the Gaussian blur effect from the effect menu and click the eye so that it's not showing. And this will come in handy when you have to use the preset in the future. But now when you press the play button, this is what your background photo should look like. It has lighting effects, and then it has moving lights from the rays in the Simple Starfield effect. And these here are all the effects that you need to use to get this look. Now is going to be a very important part, so follow along. With all these effects and the values applied, you're going to press the button 2 buttons down from the play button, and then go down to the button that says Save Preset, and then you're going to name it. Name that Relaxes Background Effects, because, you know, I did kind of just give you guys all the effects to use and all the values to put. So I would be honored if you named that Relaxes Background Effects. After you name it and you click done, it will automatically save the preset to your phone. And whenever you make another video where you have to use a background photo, you can just apply the preset from the menu and you won't have to add every single effect one by one. Let's do an example real fast. I'm just gonna open a new video and use a photo that I have in my recents. That can work well as a background photo like this one. We're gonna get it scaled out correctly, and then I'm going to move it down on the line so that it's not 3 seconds. So it's about 10 seconds now. And I'm gonna click on the photo, and then I'm gonna click the button right next to the effects button that says presets. When you click that, it's gonna take you to the preset menu, and all of your presets from Alight Motion are going to pop up. You're going to search for your Relaxes background effects down there at the bottom. Click that, and you will get a preview of what your background will look like. There you have it. That's how you can get your background to look exactly like mine. And now you can also have it ready on the go in less than 20 seconds. If you want to add the Gaussian blur, all you have to do is click on the effects and then click the eyeball so that the Gaussian blur effect is showing. It's really helpful for when you are doing camera movement and you want to add depth into your videos, so I will talk about that more later on, but yeah. And that is how I make my backgrounds in Alight Motion with the preset. So this is going to be the first part of this series. If you guys are interested, keep watching. The next video is going to be how to make your characters appear like how I make mine appear in my edits. You can follow me on Zepeto. My @ is @relaxin, and subscribe to my YouTube channel for more. Bye!